gorgeous darlings. I have missed you. I really have. So today, right now, and my plan is to do a couple more in the future, we're doing a Halloween video. If you could not tell from the title, we are going to have some fun and get shot in the head. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a blasty blast. I mean, just saying. I obviously am not the expert Halloween person. My two favorite Halloween people, number one is Petrie Lude, and I'll link you over here and in the description. And then my other favorite person, and I love, 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 love her, is Goldie Starling, and she has some incredible Halloween looks always. So she is amazeballs. Anyway, and see, we're doing this on our foreheads, so that's why my big giant forehead is in the way today, and there's no makeup on it, so I have makeup on from here down. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I said. Yep. It's one of those days. You're getting me in this mood. Sorry. I went to make some blood. I've made vampire blood before. To me, vampire blood is blood you can put in your mouth and let it drip out, and it doesn't taste like ass. Because fake blood tastes horrible. Horrible. So what you do is you take syrup. Like, you can use corn syrup if you want, but I mean, if it's gonna be in my mouth, I prefer something that tastes better, and regular, like plain syrup, maple, butter, flavored, Jiffy, whatever, that kind of syrup. So you take that and you mix in like 5 to 6 drops of red food coloring and 1 to 2 drops of blue, depending on how dark you want it. And then just, you can keep kind of playing with it till it looks like real blood. You don't want it to be super bright red that doesn't look like real blood. We're out of red food coloring. Fantastic. So I thought, hey, I will be creative. So I took corn syrup and those little red cake sugars like that you buy to sprinkle on cake, and I mixed them together, and I thought, well, I'll just let it dissolve. And I thought, no, let me speed up the process. Let me stick it in the microwave. Well, if you guys know anything about baking, you'll know that corn syrup and sugar, when mixed together and heated up, once that cools, it becomes this, which is candy, which is like toffee, tacky, sticky, not blood. No, not blood at all. So I got this out of that. So that was a fail. Yep, that does not look like blood. But I found this old school fake blood. It would help if I turned that right. So now I'm gonna do my best Julia Stiles and Save the Last Dance impression and wrap my hair. Because, okay, so what you're going to need is either some tissue, like toilet paper, like Kleenex, or even like a really, really thin, cheap paper towel. I have Kleenexes here, a whole lot. You're not going to need that much, actually. You probably only need 1 to 2 sheets. So what you're going to do is go ahead and break it apart, because you want it to be super thin like this. A crappy, cheap old brush. This is a paintbrush I have that's, you know, it's a latex, tissue, which is over there, and a brush, and something to put it on. Then you're also going to need some scissors, some little ones, and some tweezers. Okay, so let's do. Hello, welcome to my personal space. So I am going to just start by, what you're gonna do is we're gonna apply our bullet hole right here. So I'm gonna take some of the latex and just paint that right here, and then take my tissue, just to piece it like this. I'm going to stick that there, kind of tear away the excess. And then basically what you do is you keep building that layer up. So take some latex, some more latex, make sure you paint down all your edges. So all you do is, again, paint a layer of latex on there. We'll go for 5, I think. And you don't have to keep getting bigger with your paper. In fact, you could get a little smaller. Okay, now comes the not quite as fun part, and that is the wait. So you have to wait to let this dry. And so, goodbye for now. Alright kids, so now we are dry. Now we get to work on the actual bullet hole. So what we need to do is get down to our skin. So I'm going to take my little scissors. Be careful. Please don't cut yourself. It's not worth it. There we go. So you can feel when you get down to the bottom. So we're going to pull away in a cylindrical shape, i.e. the bullet. And I'm really going to, first of all, just cut a little hole. Seems like it might be easier here. Okay. And then I'm going to just pull the skin away. Kind of rip it a little bit and make it a little ragged. So we got a hole in our heads now. And so now we come to the fun part, which is to mask all of this, and then we'll work on the shading for the bullet. I have my MAC Studio Tech, and then we'll work on blending out once it matches my skin tone more. Okay, so since that is about as far as I can get on masking it today, I'm going to really work on goring it up. Take my MAC lip pencil in Cherry and just fill in right inside my bullet hole. Make sure you work it around in there. I have this lovely palette from Wet n Wild. It's their fantasy palette. So I'm going to take this red here and mix it with a little bit of the black. It's a black purple color here. And I'm going to paint that in the hole and kind of get it around here on the edges as well. Bullet wounds, you're going to have a lot of blackening around, especially if you're going to say this is like a close range, because you'll get burn marks from the bullet too. So we're going to burn our skin and sort of, see, that's why you don't want a pattern, because it will get in the grooves. And like I said, since my blending wasn't so awesome, we're going to go a little further out with the gore here. Good blackened edges there. Alright, now comes the fun part. The blood. And just kind of goop it up here and put it on my edge of my brush. And I'm gonna stick it in there. So nice and juicy. Then I'm gonna do the fun part, which is kind of let it run over the edge. Put enough in there that you get a nice drip. And it can drip from more than one place. Alright, so there you have it. So I'm going to complete my look by adding a little dark blood to the inside of my mouth. And then I'm going to take my blood again, put that on the corner and kind of let it drip down. Okay. Alright, that's all. That's all I got, folks. I did want to show you how easy it is to take it off. First thing I'm going to do, though, is wipe away my little blood trail here. This fake blood does like to stain, so hopefully I can get that off before tomorrow. This part is really simple to get off as long as you can find an edge. So if you want to use this again, my recommendation is to go from the edges and try not to tear your appliance. So you just lift up your edges and then peel it off. And the great thing is, if you want, you now have a bullet hole. So next time you want one for anywhere, all you do is you take your appliance, put a little latex on, stick it down, and then latex your edges, and then you can cover it up again. Okay, I'm gonna go finish wiping this off. Adios, muchachos.